where I don't even know how to sum it up. Like he's always been the brand friendly guy who's like, could be on a Gap shirt or be promoting Gap. Um, cool enough though that kids want to follow him and be like him a bit. But everybody in the industry kind of looks at him, but don't look at him like a geek. Like he's been in a really dope place.
Yeah, clean record.
Also, as the years have gone by, I think his music. I think Yachty's just Yachty. I don't think Yachty's defined all the time by his music. But this time around, he flipped his music style around, and I seen he was on Rap Radar. And apparently he did an interview with Elliot Wilson, and this is what a portion of it said. Let's see this. But he was talking about numbers. If you don't know his album, right? Despite everyone, like I feel like he's having a moment right now. But when his album dropped, sales, yeah. So he dropped an experimental project, and it's called.
It was fire. It was fire.
31,500. Right. A lot of people feel like that was a little bit low. They believe Yachty should be doing more. Obviously,
Yachty been in the game for quite a while. That is low to how long he been in the game and the hits that he presented. But was Poland on his album? Let me see. I took the road to Poland. Was Poland on his album? Let me see. No. Poland wasn't on Let's Start Here, because that's what he just dropped. He dropped an album called Let's Start Here. It wasn't even on his album. And Poland got over 91 million. It might be built, but I think it's like 91 million streams on Spotify. So that wasn't even on his album. And when artists drop singles and if it goes on their album, it counts towards that album. So if he would have put Poland on this album that he just dropped, it would have sold way more than 31,000. I'll tell you that. It would have sold at least, if anything, so it sold 31,000 without Poland, right? So I'll say it would have sold at least 60. At least 60. At least 60. Shit, damn near 100K probably. Honestly, if you want to be realistic. You feel me? He just didn't put that song on this particular album because he said he got another album finish or finna come out or whatever. So with him having all that, then he gonna sell a lot of records. This album was just, I feel like it was just super experimental. It's just something that he really wanted to do. But welcome back to my channel, baby. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm reacting to DJ Akademiks says artists need to start complaining about numbers. React to Yachty on Rap Radar.
People like Glorilla was selling more, and they just feel like, yo, Yachty, you're like one of the OGs of this new wave.
Yeah, but this don't count, bro.
More. But a lot of people, even with acknowledging those sales might have been low, they're saying that Yachty is like super, he's in like a creative bag.
Yeah.
And maybe we've just always undersold or underappreciated how dynamic and how creative he was. Like, number one, he was writing for the City Girls, so all their hits he probably wrote, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had, of course, his hits that he wrote. But we got to realize he started dabbling in production, he started executive producing stuff. By the way, Drake's album Her Loss, he executive produced. He started producing beats. He's kind of like expanding like his palette, but also he's almost become like a creative director. He's like Pharrell of he's like the young Pharrell of like music. Like he's a creative director of vibes for like music. You know what I mean? Whatever his contribution was to this Drake and 21 Savage project was pretty good. Exactly. And I think people have been looking at him like, damn, maybe we kind of, underestimated this guy, right? Anyway, some people still look at it and say, well, if he's all what y'all think, why do the numbers look like that? And he did this interview where he was talking about numbers. What he said.
Numbers just rule everything. Yeah, I hate it. Even first week numbers, Pitchfork rating numbers, like I hate saying who cares because I still care, right? But
of course you care.
It's just honest. But like, fuck, why? How the fuck the numbers consume everything? Like, numbers make people even not listen to it. Numbers will make someone, album could be beautiful, And someone will be like, man, they did this first week. Like, oh yeah, no, that flop. Never mind. I ain't even gonna tap into it.
Yeah.
And how do you as a human, like a week isn't even enough, maybe with the music people make now, but like my album, a week isn't even enough time to consume it.
Yeah.
You gotta absorb it. Yeah, you gotta really sit with, like, that's why I never understood people doing reviews the same day. Like, how do you review this album? And I was one listen, your review and your rating. I try not to take too serious, but I won't sit there. Like I've seen every review. It ain't a review out. If I haven't seen it, you just have no counterpart. I done read everyone's ideas and opinions, and I respect them. I've even reached out to a lot of people and told them, man, like maybe it wasn't for you, but I appreciate this, But I just hate numbers. I wish there was a depth to numbers. There will never be a depth to numbers because numbers don't lie, and it's just the truth.
All right, that's kind of interesting. My take on this whole thing, right, is that I think artists got to stop complaining, right? The numbers are what they are, and yes, the numbers do like context, but the numbers will prove if you're doing something that's really special. It's a reason why, for example, nobody likes if the first week projection comes out and says you're not doing good, no one likes it. But if you're projected to do 50,000 after the first day, and after the fourth day, you're projected to do 65,000, they love to point out the growth. Why? It shows that the numbers are going to highlight the fact that there's a change in the culture based on the music. And that's what the numbers do. The numbers just signifies who's consuming. Let me ask you this question, right? This inherent question that goes outside. If a tree falls in the woods and nobody hears, does it make a sound?
Mm-hmm.
You can answer that to yourself. Then let me ask you this with music. If someone makes the most amazing music ever, but no one listens to it, isn't that amazing? You answer that shit for yourself too. The point is, in music and in the music business, your music is meant to be consumed. You're not just making great music in a vacuum and don't care who hears it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have some artists, well, maybe some of them do, but some of them, I'd be like, they don't release music. If you're not making it for the masses to consume, you just make the music and just keep playing in your AirPods or hearing it on your friends. But don't disseminate it to the public. When you disseminate it to the public, no one says they want only 50,000 people listen to it, 5,000, 15. You want
Yeah, I want the whole world to listen to me, especially you, babe. You know you better listen to me. But it's like what I'll say is I haven't blown up yet, so I can give two F's about numbers until that happens. When you're an upcoming artist, y'all should not be worrying about I know people be like Spotify numbers and all this extra stuff, bro. You're not even in a position to even worry about stuff like that. So whether you get 100,000 Spotify streams or 1,000 Spotify streams, you still doing good because you have not blown up yet. So I don't like when artists talking to other artists about streams and stuff like that. Now, it does still mean something to a certain extent. Numbers will always matter, but if you coming up in the game, you're not even in a conversation. So so that don't count. But when you do get in the game, numbers do start counting for real. But at the end of the day, take a record by Yachty called Polar. That's a hit. That's a hit record. That's him for real. You right? So he was like, let me just take this one L. Basically, he got to accept the L because this album that he just dropped called Let's Start Here is so experimental. You have to take an L. Everybody's not going to fuck with it. They're just not, because that's not for the masses. That album that he just came out with is not for the masses. It's good. It's good as hell. It's fire as hell, actually. I don't know why the masses don't fuck with stuff like that, but unless you're Drake, your numbers is not going to be that good if you go outside the lane that people really like you for real. Like, honestly, only Drake can do that because Drake dropped Nevermind. You know what I'm saying? And people wasn't really rocking with that, but he still sold high numbers. That's just because of his fan base and how big he is. But every artist cannot do that. So Drake was okay with doing that because he knew he was going to sell anyway. So it was like, it's not really a L because shoot, it's not really a L.
Everybody to listen. Now, granted, it's a very complex opinion because now we're talking about the music of the business of music, and it's not only how good the music is. You got to talk about is how hard the labels work. Labels going the right thing. Are they using the right strategy, the right single? Was there a viral moment? Was there a hit single? Like, there's a lot of things that can really contribute to it. But here, this is what I say to artists who claim they care about the actual art and they feel numbers are detriment. Numbers aren't detriment. It should be a barometer, right? To me, you're not defined just only by your first.
Exactly.
When an artist like Yachty, when I see his first week, I'm not thinking his first week is just for his project. His first week is usually based on his consumption for the last 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. It's the reason why I personally believe Lil Baby's album is big, but it still sold 200,000. Why? His last project was spectacular. The last time we came to the shop with some pip, we gonna come back, even if the next thing you give us is pip. So again, well, sometimes artists want everything to be judged in a vacuum, but no. It's the reason why momentum exists.
But Lil Baby is a bigger artist, though.
If you're consistently putting out good music, better music, the numbers will increase. If your numbers aren't increasing, they're inconsistent, or you're not put no matter what you think, because here we get into this conversation of certain artists will believe that their music is so pure that even if everybody says it's trash or mid, they feel it's spectacular. And this is where artistry and judging it comes into the discussion, because some people might be like, yeah, I don't care if y'all like this. This is some next level shit. This is genius, right? Okay. You can have that opinion. And I don't think people are ever arguing with people with opinions like that way. You know what numbers help us do? I just looked at a number yesterday. It's 163,000 songs being uploaded to Spotify every day. 163,000.
Yeah, that's fact.
If I'm a consumer and I pay $10, $12 to have the access to the entire library on Spotify, right? Spotify has all these songs, and I only have 24 hours a day. And by the way, here's the thing too. Sometimes musicians look at fans like listen to music is a job. No, it's usually recreation. It's usually done in passing, and sometimes it's just done when people are trying to help. So it's technically just impossible for fans to listen to everything. So fans need a way to weed shit out, right? There might be an amazing song right now with 0 plays.
Yeah, that's fact.
But here's the problem, not here's the problem. But here's the thing I can definitely post on. If you drop a fucking amazing product and you can't even promote it to get a few people to listen to it, the song might not suck, but you suck as an artist, as a person in the music business.
Yeah.
It all matters. So again, music numbers has to count. Like, everybody uses numbers. Again, Yachty sold 31,000. You know how you can tell if his album is good? Right? Like say you're on Mars for these 6 months while it's got album. It was consumed and equivalated to be 31,000. If you get a chart of how that album does over time, and usually what happens is you have a first week and then there's a decline. If his album, instead of going down, either stays stagnant or perhaps goes up, it's easy to tell. Like, this is something that is probably great, because the hype actually the quality outweighed the hype. So I love to watch albums that go platinum in a year. You know what that means? Quality outweighed the hype. You know who does that a lot too? Young boy shit goes platinum and gold months after. Or a year after it sold 30, 40,000 the first week. What does that mean? There's a certain sector of fans who can listen to that project consistently, even though they only sold 30,000 the first week. They have been listening to it every week for 52 weeks now. It's done. Or not done. So I think artists got to take into accountability. The numbers are used by your label to promotion. You can't get mad at the fans when they use it to weed out what to listen Like if I go on somebody's SoundCloud, like yo, I'm a fan. It's not my job to listen. Like sometimes artists kind of feel like they're a little too prepped. Well, listen to everything I drop. No, motherfucker. Nigga, you're dropping 50,000 songs. If I go to your catalog,
Um, I feel like just like every artist should feel like they're the best. I feel like that's okay. Yeah, I feel like every artist should feel like the fans should listen to everything they drop. Now, let's dumb it down though. Well, not dumb it down, but let's um put it down though. Put it like this. Like me personally, I feel like fans well, I do feel like fans should listen to, and you, baby, you should listen to everything I drop for sure. But at the same time, it's like this. Realistically speaking, when you listen to like a whole project, it's going to be a select few of songs that there's going to be a select few of songs that catches your ears. For someone to like the whole album and listen to the whole album and replay the whole time, that's kind of I mean, even this the tape with Drake and 21 Savage. I don't like every single song on there. I skip some songs. Now that was a good project though. More than likely, I can listen to every song though because it's fire, but I still skip songs, right? So you always have your favorites. As long as the people listening to something, that's all I care about, honestly. Like me as an artist, whether I'm super big, small, it don't matter. I will always care about them listening to something with LilScorpioKing in front of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel. But if you don't listen to anything and you got judgment or whatever, then it's like, okay. You feel me?
if I want to see if you're a lit artist or not, I'm not gonna listen to all 50,000 songs. I'm probably gonna go to your popular releases on Spotify and listen to the first 5, maybe 10. And that's gonna tell me all I need to know about you. Because I don't got time. Just like how you don't have time for me. And I think artists has to understand that. Somebody says, um, uh, um, somebody said 50 cents the reason why numbers are a thing. Yes, but I do believe that numbers were gonna eventually be a thing. Um, Rappers brag too much about things having to do with sales, things having to do with black.
Yeah, music artists put them on themselves though, because mind you, if you now mind you, I feel like if Poland was on that album, bro, it would have definitely sold way more. So I don't even know why Yachty tripping, to be honest with you, because our academics tripping, because if Poland was on there, it would have sold way more. But I forgot what I was gonna say.
And things like that. And we're in a information era. Back then, when 50 Cent was talking about it, he was only getting the sales from one source, which was Nielsen SoundScan. That was
Okay, now I remember what I was gonna say. Yeah, artists. Okay, so say if an artist sell 100K plus, or even 80K, they're gonna be turned. They're gonna be like, yeah, I sold this and all that. But as soon as they sell 20K, that's when it's like, okay, now they in denial now. You feel me? So they really put them on themselves too. I ain't gonna lie. We put it on ourselves.
Subscription-based report that only labels got, and you had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a subscription because it gave an elaborate breakdown on the demographics of the music themselves. These days, you can get a rough number of what people are selling for free. So again, the internet caught up with what was privileged. That's it. Just like, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, if you wanted to take a picture and have a copy of the picture, right? Have to take it on an old ass Kodak camera that maybe had a memory card. You had to have that memory card, upload the memory card, export the pictures, like maybe convert the pictures to something your computer could read. Then you gotta like fucking copy the pictures, and like you probably could even attach them to email at that point. These days, you post it to Instagram, and don't even matter if you lose your phone or whatever, it's there. It's technology. You can't hate technology. So it's not sales ruin everything because we're in a technology era. We're in a technology era. Without fans being that savvy to know what someone's selling, you wouldn't have streaming.
To a certain extent.
like a lot of people when they're watching YouTube, they like to see, oh shit, this is one of the trending videos. They look at the views. When YouTube recommends a bunch of videos and you see a video with 1 million in a day, you're probably like, oh, it's probably fire.
Yeah, that's a normal thing.
It's humans. We're humans. We use that at the same time. Anyway, so I disagree with Yachty with that just because I don't think numbers are ruining music. I think sometimes artists could get in their head about the numbers, but I always say famous fleeting. So if Yachty sold 100,000 3 years ago, doesn't mean he's entitled to sell 100,000 at a time.
Yeah.
To keep maintaining that level or elevate that level to sell 100,000 more. And you're gonna have some dips. You're gonna have ups and lows. There's times that I come on here and shit. Fortunately for us these days, we usually have a good amount of people that's watching our stream. But sometimes I come on and I'm like, damn, stream numbers ain't really hitting right.
That's just how it go.
And then there's something that happens and it's it. But I mean, you go through ups and downs. You can't blame the numbers. You just gotta stay dedicated to what the task is. I think that's if you really want to. The numbers will follow. You know what I mean? Like, and that's an advice to anyone, whether you want to be a musician or whether you want to like be a streamer.
Yeah.
Focus on making great content. The numbers will follow. I don't believe, honestly, that there's anyone who's decent at business and marketing that's making fucking amazing music that just doesn't get any type of traction or that music doesn't help them.
No, I gotta disagree. It's absolutely shit. It's an artist out there right now. Look, Drake is my favorite artist right there, right? But there's an artist out there right now that's better than Drake. Literally. That's better than Drake, bro. There's an artist out there that can sing better than Beyonce. So Akademiks, for you to say some stuff like that, come on now, you know you capping. You're capping, bro. Trust me. He's definitely capping because nah. That's just me realistically speaking.
Somebody said core fans are low numbers. Well, I think that's also happening too now, right? So people are having low core fans, right? Like a lot of these artists, their core fans aren't that much. And also their core fans don't buy, they stream, right? Mm-hmm. So Yachty might have 100,000 core fans, but his core fans are probably streaming, not buying. Youngboy might have 400,000 core fans, but are they all buying? No, they're streaming. So again, you just gotta be happy for what it is, because it is. All right, anyway.
Shit, me, I want you to buy and stream.
Touch on the TI thing real quick.
I'm weak. All right, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Check the links in my description. Make sure y'all go stream Scorpio Playboy season. And I got the deluxe out now, but it's only for sale. It's not that I'm not gonna ever put it on streaming. It's just for right now. I'm selling that. And I'm putting more music on there. So it's like a collage of music. You feel me? And then by the time, I might put another project on far as streaming, but that's just for the people that just want to hear the new songs that no one is able to hear, pretty much. So I can have like 50 songs on there, and it would just be for like $10 plus type ish. And some of them songs will be on streaming. Some of them songs will never touch streaming. Basically, like I'm doing something different to the point where it can get up to I can have 100 unreleased songs on that, and I can have 100 unreleased songs on there, and the world would never hear it, but you would hear it because all you did was just pay $10 plus straight to me. I mean, I feel like that's smart, honestly. And it's not that I'm not going to put anything, because obviously I have music on streaming, or I'm not going to put any music that's on there on streaming. It's just, for the most part, majority of the songs would not be on streaming. You feel me? It's just how I feel about it type ish. It's just something I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Something I'm trying out. It's working because I have people who buy my music and stream my music. Of course, I have more people who stream than buy, but that's okay to me. You feel me? Because just it's a blessing just to have someone to buy it. You feel me? And like I said, new songs and unreleased songs will be up on my gumroad.com/Let's Help You Grow Now mixtape. So, which is on that website, Scorpio Playboy Season Deluxe. But the deluxe is on sale for $10 right now. When I do, now all the songs that's on there will not be on a deluxe, but when I do put it out on all streaming, I'm gonna change the name that's on my website, and that's just gonna be for new songs and unreleased songs. So it's not something that you have to buy, but if you really like my music and you really support, or you just want to support, you'll pretty much buy that, honestly. Because, like, mind you, if it was someone like Drake and he did this, he was like, all my songs that's new and unreleased is gonna be on this. It's $10 plus. You can pay $10, you can pay $20, you can pay $100 if you want to. You can pay $1,000 if you want to. I will buy that. But I feel like you got to be a super fan of someone. So, baby, you're a super fan of me, right? Okay, cool. So you will buy that. You feel what I'm saying? You will buy all my new and unreleased songs before or if it even hits streaming. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Check the links in my description. Have a good one.